Welcome to another episode of the Love Can't Wait Show. I'm your host, Sharp Game. Like and share this episode. So today, man, if you haven't heard yet, I got a brand new book out called Love at First Click on Amazon.com. It's a bestseller, two-time bestseller at that. And in this episode, I'm going to dedicate it to my brand new book because it's all about meeting people online and getting better dates. That's what the book is all about. It's about meeting people all over the world, having the opportunity to meet people all over the world. Now, I'm not saying you have to meet people all over the world, but the opportunities are there if you want it. But I always tell people to focus on where you live, locally, all that good stuff. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. And also give you some of the questions that I've been getting lately. And before I get started, don't forget to check out my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is Love Can't Wait on YouTube. That's my handle. Love Can't Wait. So if you type in Love Can't Wait, type in can't without the apostrophe. Love Can't Wait is one word together on YouTube. Even if you go to Google, it should pop up. Love Can't Wait. That's my YouTube channel. Go there and check out some of my latest and greatest clips of videos that I put up on a weekly basis. So with all that being said, most of the questions that I get seems to be a lot about just how to approach and how to utilize these online dating sites. And I would say that's my specialty when it comes to meeting people online. I know how to make these sites and use them to my advantage. And I always say, I don't really get caught up in the name of the app, the name of the website. That doesn't really matter to me. If I'm on Facebook, I don't care if I'm on Instagram. To me, the app doesn't matter. What matters is how I utilize the app, how I utilize the website. That's what matters more than anything, because at the end of the day, it's all about strategy for me. Because you have to realize that these apps and these websites are doing what's in their best interest for them. So if I know this, if you know this, you have to use these apps in the best interest for you, because you're looking out for you and they're looking out for them. And that's how it is. That's how it has to be. So that's why I don't really get into what this app is for or who it's for, and if it's for single people, if it's religious people, if you're a Jew, you're a Muslim, or sugar. I don't even get into all that, because that's making things complicated. And I don't even get into all that. It don't matter what app I go on, I'm still gonna do the same thing. At the end of the day, I'm not changing my philosophy. I'm not changing my approach, regardless of the app that I go on. You understand? I hope you understand that. The app doesn't dictate to me what I'm going to do. I dictate to the app what I'm going to do, period. And a story, So see, I have a completely different approach than most people. And you probably never heard anybody even talk like that, the way I'm talking about these apps now. Because nobody talks like this. Everyone pretty much doing the same old. All the other dating coaches is telling you, hey, just put up your best pictures and Make sure you got a nice haircut. Make sure you got on a nice belt with a nice pants, a nice shirt on, nice polo shirt. And make sure you're smiling in your pictures, by the way. And make sure you don't take any group pictures, because people are going to be confused about who you really are in the picture. You know, it's that type of bullshit that you're gonna hear from most of these people online, most of these dating coaches online. It's just the same old fluff I've been hearing for the past 10, 15 years. That's no new strategies to give you. They have nothing new to tell you. It's just the same thing over and over and over again, you know? And I'm not like that. And here's another thing about a lot of these dating coaches that they don't tell you. They're not using these dating apps on a weekly or monthly basis. I'm still on these. I'm still in the field. I'm still in the thick of things. I still meet people on Facebook, Instagram. I meet them for business purposes, for personal relationships, everything. Most of these dating coaches, they're married, or they got somebody, or just can't get nobody no more because they done got too old and bored. And they're online telling you what you should be doing, but they're not even doing it. See, that's what you don't really understand. That's a big difference between me and them. I'm actually still doing the deal that I'm talking about, that I write about. I'm actually doing the shit in real time. That's the difference between me and them. Well, I can give you a real world perspective, like something that happened 3 hours ago. I can talk about if I really wanted to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference between me and them. So you have to do what's best for you when it comes to these dating apps. And don't listen to anybody else as far as your friends or whatever. They're still trying to figure it out too. Most people are winging it when it comes to meeting people online. They're sending weird messages. They're sending weird pictures. They're sending butt naked pictures to the women. And some women are doing the same thing too. But most of the time, that stuff doesn't work. And even if it does work, even if you was to send a naked picture to a woman, and if it does work, she has to be a weirdo. She kind of have to be a weirdo to get a response from you. And you know why? Because she don't know you and you don't know her. And what type of weirdo is gonna respond to a naked picture of somebody they never seen? So y'all be both weirdos. So do you really want to meet somebody like that? Do you really want to take anybody serious like that? Yeah, you think about it. If you, as a weirdo, sending a woman a picture of you naked, she don't know who you are, never seen you in her life, and she actually responds to the picture and sends you a message, and you're just surprised as she is. So they'll make both of y'all two weirdos. So you don't want to approach it like that. You want to approach the situation on these apps with practical, with some kind of strategy of what kind of man or woman that you're really looking for. And the first rule of thumb is, hey, keep your clothes on. You don't got to take no naked pictures. You don't got to do that. Because most of the time it doesn't work. And there's too many guys online that's doing that already. And, most women get turned off by that stuff. The only way that works is if she knows you already. If y'all have a relationship like that already. That's the only way that's going to work. But if if she doesn't know who you are, and if she responds, she got to be some type of weirdo. So don't do that. Don't do that. And another problem that I've been hearing, a lot of guys say they don't know how to transition from being online, offline. They say they don't really know what. And I always say, I have like a 7-method rule of messaging back and forth to the other person. I don't want to ask any more than 7 questions. If I have to ask any more than 7 questions, well, that's kind of a red flag. And something's probably not right about her. Either she doesn't want to give me an answer to certain questions or something, that it is. Or she might have said something that kind of was a red flag. It rubbed me the wrong way. And it went past the 7 rule method. That happens. Doesn't happen a lot, but it happens, And if that's the case, I usually end up moving on anyway. Because even if I was to disregard my 7-message rule, there's a 99% chance it ain't gonna work out in the end anyway. So let's say we sent 20 messages, 15, 20 messages, right? On the apps. And we finally get to talk on the phone. By the time I'm done talking on the phone, if we didn't have a good experience on the app, the chances of us having a good experience on the telephone is slim to none. And that's what usually happens. I don't remember too many times where I had a bad experience on the app, and when I talked to her on it turned out to be a good experience. That almost never happens. I'm talking never. I don't even remember a situation like that. Most of the time, if you have a bad experience online with somebody, it's probably best for you to move on. Because some people will say, well, maybe it's a misunderstanding on somebody's part. So maybe if I talk to her on the phone, we'll be able to straighten it out and things will be much more clear. No, that usually doesn't work like that. And see, I'm not using, I'm asking simple questions here. I'm not asking anything complicated when I'm typing. These questions are very simple. I'll give you an example. I say, hey, good afternoon. How are you today? They'll come back and say, oh, I'm pretty good. What about you? And I'll be like, I'm fantastic. Then I'll be like, hey, where you from? Or if it says in her profile where she's from, I'll ask her, hey, how long have you been living in Dallas? I'll say something like that. And she'll respond back whenever that is. Sometimes they respond back the same day. Sometimes they respond back 30 minutes later. Sometimes they respond back the next day or a couple days later. Whenever they respond back, it seems like the women that are motivated usually respond back with the quickness. At least the same day. Now, I know some people work jobs. They might, because sometimes people sending me messages while they're working. So I understand that. Everybody send me the message, got back to me on their lunch break or some shit like that. yet, or before they go to work, or do they get off work. I understand all that. I have no problem with that. But however she gets back, whenever she gets back, you know, she usually say, I'll be like, hey, I've been living there. Or I've been living there for 10, 11 years, whatever, 4 years, whatever. I said, oh, that's great. You know, I visited there a couple of times, this and that, you know. And then they'll be like, oh, okay. And then she usually comes, statement, I use it always end with a question until it's time for us to hopefully get on the telephone. So keep that in mind. Every time I send a message, I always end it with a question. I ask, hey, you ever been married? Got kids? You know, she'll come back. Yes, no. Yeah, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. Right? And then I'm like, oh, okay. Then I said, hey, what happened with the last guy? Why did it end? You know? They'll be like, oh, you sometimes they want to talk about us. You know? Then I'll be like, oh, what did you learn from the last relationship? You know? Now, a lot of times they might not want to talk about that. That's kind of a red flag. Because you're supposed to learn from your experiences in relationship. You're supposed to. That because you don't want to make the same mistake over again. I hope not. You know, there's no right or wrong answer. But if she says something like, if she blames him, now that's a red flag. You know, but there's no right or wrong answer. But the pointing and not taking responsibility, that's not cool. You know, that's not cool. That's, you know, that's yeah. But regardless of the answer she gives back, I won't say anything negative. I'll be like, oh, okay. I just want to see where her mindset is. That's the whole purpose of asking questions in the first place. It's not a right or wrong thing. Now, after I'm done with all these questions, that's not a lot of questions, really. But after I'm done asking questions, I'll be like, hey, this is how I move things to the telephone. I say, hey, well, now these are my exact words in most cases. I'm kind of paraphrasing, but this is something I would say. And you can take this word for word if you want. I usually say, hey, well, it sounds like you're somebody I would like to get to know better and hear your lovely voice over the telephone. That's exactly what I would say. That's exactly what I would say. You know, and I said, I'll end it. Remember, I always end it with a question. And after I'm done saying all that, and I said, always put ... 3 dots. And sounds good with a question mark, right? And she send back, she gonna say either yes or no in so many words. In most cases, the answer is yes. Because if the questions and the answers is flowing, you pretty much know you're gonna get a yes. Unless she's some damn troll or something like that. Now, there's a lot of trolls online now. That's another thing. You know, questions run the trolls away too over time. You know, and now here's another thing you probably don't know. There's a lot of people online that's perpetrating and acting like they're looking for somebody, but they're not really. They're not. For different reasons. I'm not gonna get into all that. But there's a lot of people online and they're not really looking for nobody. They're just looking to waste time wasting trolls. You know? But these questions gonna filter them out, regardless of where they live out in the world. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? And by the and now so, and I tell her now. Here's the deal. I don't ask when she comes back, because when I put sounds good as a question mark. When she comes back and say yes, I'm not asking her for the phone number. I'm telling her to leave me the phone number. Period. I'm not asking for the number. I say, hey, great. Leave me your number and the best time to call you. That's it. There's nothing complicated. I'm not talking about what time I get off work, and I'm not, no. You know, because I already talked about it. I asked her in advance, weekly schedule like. And she might have said, hey, well, I work 9 to 5, 9 to 6, 10 to 7, whatever. 3 to 11, whatever the case. So I already know what time she's going to be available, have an idea. So I'm not asking her what time I'm available. Shit. Keep things simple. And I never asked her for the phone number. I told her to leave me the phone number. Period. And either she gonna leave the number or she not. And if she don't, she don't. Some will, some won't. Now, if she leaves the number, okay, I call her up on the day and time, on the time that she said it's best to call. Okay, I call her up, get on the phone. Hey, how you doing? Hey, you know, we just have regular conversation. Nothing. We basically talking about the same thing we've been talking about as far as the questions. You know, mostly I'm basically repeating the same thing I've been asking on the telephone when we talk. I'm just basically just rehashing the stuff that we've been saying, basically. I might ask a little bit more things. Now, I'm not on the phone for no more than 30 minutes, tops. 30 minutes tops, or less. 15 to 30 minutes in most cases. I'll know, okay, if this is somebody I want to meet in person or not. That's how it usually go. Now, I decided I don't want to meet her. I'll be like, hey, well, I'm gonna talk to you later. It's nice talking to you. You have a good one, and that's it. Because when two people get on the phone, we know if we connected or not, if there's a possibility or not. If you're honest, if you're really honest, you know. Both of y'all know it. Y'all gonna know it. You don't necessarily have to come out and say it. Hey, I'm your type. You really feeling me? No, you don't have to do all that shit. I mean, you can if you want, but I've never done it like that. You know what I'm saying? Now in most cases, let's say y'all hit it off, had a good conversation on the phone. In most cases, when you hang up the phone, probably after you hang up the phone, or probably later on that day, if she's not at work or doing whatever she's doing, 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say 8 times out of 10, I usually get a text from her saying that, hey, good night, or hope you had a good day, whatever, something like that. I usually get a text saying something positive, right? And then that lets me know, this is a good vibe. She really feeling the conversation we was having. If you get a response after the call, that's a really good sign. You know what I'm saying? If she responds, I guess the first day, couple of days go by, you might send her a text. If she responds to your text like 5 minutes later or some shit like or less, or she really, her attraction level is very high. Now I'm not saying you the only guy that she got now. I'm not saying that either. But I'm saying if a woman, in most cases, if a woman responds, if you send a woman a text or email, if she responds back quickly, like 5 minutes, oh man. Yeah, she's really attracted to you. Yeah. For real. And here's the deal. Never assume that you're the only guy. Never assume that you're the only guy. In most cases, this woman probably have met a couple guys online before you or after you. And some of these women, they'll tell you who the type of guys that's been trying to reach out to them, or the type of guys that they've been talking to. Some of them will tell you. You know what I'm saying? If you ask, they'll tell you. And I asked a couple of them, hey, what's been your experience? You been getting some crazy messages or what? And some of them will laugh, and they'll come out and say, yeah, I got a couple crazy messages. I talked to this one white guy, and he act like like I was some type of fetish, some shit like that or whatever. So some of them will tell you if you ask, So never assume that you're the only guy, regardless of how she might feel about you. Yeah. The chance of you being the only guy is slim to none. But hey, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Just focus on the relationship y'all can build together. If she's open to it. You know what I'm saying? It takes two people, not one. And if she's not open to it, time always tell. Eventually, over time, I'm gonna say most people, let's say a good, let's say out of 10 women you meet online. If it's a long distance, okay, let's do long distance first. Out of 10 people that's long distance from you, when I say long distance, I'm talking like you have to get on a plane, or they have to get on a plane to get to you. I'm gonna say out of 10 of those women in another country, 10 out of women, 10 out of the 10 women that live out in another country, 7 out of 10 gonna fall off for multiple reasons. Some can't get a visa, some criminal background or something, or some of them broke, ain't got no money. It's gonna be something, and some of them gonna be like, it ain't worth it. I don't go all the way over there to see no man. It's just 7 out of 10 gonna fall off if it's long distance. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? This is my numbers for the past 20 years, 20 plus years, really. Now let's take the local girls. 10. When I say local, I'm talking like you can get in the car and drive to where they at. 2 hours, 3 hours, 5 hours. You can get in the car and drive. That's local. You don't got a 3 hour drive. You don't necessarily got to take a plane to get there. A 3 hour drive, if you was to take a plane, that'd be 45 minutes. So you know what I'm saying? So that's why I say it's local. Okay. Out of 10 of those women, the local women, that's when the number's gonna flip. You're gonna have 6 out of 10. They'll probably stick around. Versus the long distance, 7 out of 10 gonna be gone. That's where it flips. You know what I'm saying? That's been my experience. The local girls, I don't necessarily know why I usually work. I think locally, just the distance thing, and plus, they live in the same country as you. Yeah, they don't gotta get no visa, and it seems like the more red tape, people have to go through. That makes, you get a visa, you gotta have you can't have a criminal background history in most cases, and it takes money to travel long distance. And some people ain't really got it like that. So this is why a lot of women that that's in other countries that you might reach out to, as soon as they find out you're in America or somewhere in Europe or somewhere, and they find out that you ain't trying to come to see them, because they just assume, okay, this guy, he come to me, I ain't going to see him, but I ain't got no money, I can't afford it, I can't do it. All kind of excuses pop up in her mind. But as soon as she find out that you ain't a sucker, to just take the bait and just sacrifice and come see her. As soon as she find out you ain't down all that, because you telling her, hey, we got to meet somewhere else, meet the ground. She ain't trying to hear that. So as soon as she finds out how you feel about that, she gonna just cut it off. She might not immediately cut you off, but eventually she'll end up falling off. You know what I'm saying? She might just say, man, I ain't got no money. Or she might just come out, she might ask you for some money just to sabotage the little relationship y'all have. You probably talk to her probably twice a month for like 6 months. And then all of a sudden, she might just say, hey, I need $50. Like what? You know what I'm saying? She'll start doing things just to turn you off, because she don't really want to tell you that she really interested no more, because she figured out that you ain't coming to see her. Because she had no intention of coming to see you in the first place. You know what I'm saying? See, most women are not going to tell you that they have no intentions to come and see you at all. Most of them ain't going to say that. Every once in a while, I probably met 2 or 3 of them that were upfront about it. One girl told me, she said, look, I have no intentions of ever coming to America. Ever, never, ever, never. She was straight up with it. And I said, hey, I respect that. Okay. Take care. I had to respect that. But most women are not going to come out and say that. They'll let you, if you don't ask, they'll let you keep talking like y'all going to meet up at some point. No. Eventually, if she had no intentions of meeting you where you live at, what's going to happen, and she'll just fall off. She'll just drift off, and she'll stop responding to your messages. That's what usually happens in most cases. Most women are not going to be straight up and say, hey, I think we should just go our separate ways and stop talking, because I ain't going to ever be able to meet you outside of my country because I have no money. They're not going to say that. It's that pride and ego. No, they're not going to say that. No, they'll just ghost you, like some people would say, But this is how I transition from online to the telephone. I do it. And that's what my brand new book, Love at First Click, is all about. I highly recommend you check it out. It's on Amazon.com. It's a 4-time bestseller. Actually, international bestseller, to be exact. You know what I'm saying? So check it out. I'll leave the link in the show notes. Like, share this episode with anybody that you think that will like it. And P.S. by the way, don't forget to check out my YouTube channel, Love Can't Wait, on YouTube. If you type in Love Can't Wait on YouTube, you can find me. And I'll be sure to put all these links that I talked about in the show notes as well. So until next time, I'm out. Peace.
Every night, millions of people swipe, hoping, guessing, competing. Most never understand what's really happening. Attraction online isn't random, it's positioning, it's psychology, it's perception. One photo can elevate you, one message can separate you, one mistake can erase you. Modern dating isn't about love first, it's about strategy first. And the ones who understand the game don't chase, they attract. Love at first click. Dirty little secrets to succeed at modern online dating. Stop swiping blindly, start playing sharp.